Hi everyone, welcome to CAPSA. Today I will discuss about neurohumoral transmission. Okay. So what is neurohumoral transmission? Neurohumoral transmission occurs when nerve transmit their message through the synapse by releasing the neurotransmitter. So neurohumoral transmission is when nerve fiber transmits their message through the synapse by releasing neurotransmitter. Okay, so that is neurohumoral transmission. Now, what are the steps? That is very much important. So, steps. First step is impulse conduction. Second step is neurotransmitter release. Third step is receptor binding. Fourth one is post-junctional membrane activity. Okay, and the last one is, fifth one is termination of neurotransmitters. So we will understand the first step. First step is impulse conduction. In this first step, what happens? Actually, when there is depolarization of the membrane occurs, action potential generates and an impulse conduct along the nerve fiber, which causes the release of neurotransmitter. Okay, so we can write like conduction of nerve impulse along the nerve fiber. So how action potential generates? We will see through a graph. That is x-axis, that is y-axis. This time, and here is the threshold value, or you can write like value. Okay. So during the resting membrane potential, the value is minus 70 millivolt. Yes, these are the marking. Okay. When there is a, so this is the resting membrane potential. When sodium ion influx occurs, membrane depolarization occurs. Okay, and due to membrane depolarization, this value converts in minus 55. This value, that is called the threshold value. And after reaching this threshold value, action potential generates, which then propagates through the nerve fiber. Let's suppose this is the nerve fiber. Okay, this is the axon part. When axon potential generates, the axon potential propagates along the nerve fiber and causes the neurotransmitter release from this terminal bud part. Okay, and the second step is neurotransmitter release. So in this step, release of neurotransmitters occurs from the terminal buds. How? Like this is a terminal bud, first neuron and second neuron. That is pre-neuron, post. Okay, pre-synaptic, post-synaptic. Now, neurotransmitter releases from the vesicles through the exocytosis process. That is the neurotransmitter release. Okay. In the third step, receptor binding. It means the neurotransmitters binds with the receptor which are present in the postsynaptic membrane. Okay. So binding of neurotransmitters with the receptor in the postsynaptic membrane. Now the fourth step is post-junctional membrane activity. When neurotransmitters binds with the receptor which are present in the post-junctional membrane, what happens? It produces a post-junctional potential that is known as EPSP, IPSP. So, we can write like generation of EPSP and IPSP. EPSP means excitatory postsynaptic potential, IPSP means inhibitory postsynaptic potentials. Okay. What happens in EPSP? During EPSP, the membrane permeability increases. As a result, what happens? Ions like sodium, calcium influx followed by potassium efflux occur. Okay. So, at this point, in exchange of okay. Now, in this IPSP, what happens in IPSP? Due to increase in the membrane permeability, the chlorine minus ion moves in, which causes hyperpolarization. So, influx of chlorine minus ions causes hyperpolarization. Okay. So, if there is no generation of action potential, it means the neurotransmitter will not be released and the ability of neuron to be able to fire an action potential will be decreased. Due to hyperpolarization, nerve or neuron will lose the ability to fire an action potential. So, if there is no generation of action potential, neurotransmitter will not be released. Now, the fifth step is destruction of neurotransmitters. So, destruction of neurotransmitters by specific enzymes. Now we need to understand why destruction of neurotransmitter is done, because to enable the postsynaptic receptor to engage another cycle of neurotransmitter release, binding and signal generation, first stage of neurotransmitter need to be destroyed. Okay. So this is the 5 steps of neurotransmitter release and neurohumoral transmission process. So this is the end of my lecture. If you like my video, please do like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for your attention.